Hi folks, how you doing today? We are doing a test of the Sennheiser G3 wireless mic system, and you are listening to my voice being recorded with it right now, and we are using the supplied ME2 mic. The receiver is in my audio bag over here, and we are recording to a Tascam DR680 recorder. Now there is a little bit of computer fan noise in the background, but you probably can't hear it, but I'll tell you it's there anyway, trust me. And we're going to listen to my voice for another minute while I talk so you can get the sound of this mic and the wireless system in your head. We are shooting today with an EOS 550D with a very fine vintage Vivitar Series 1 28 1.9 lens. In front of the lens we have a black net filter. It's a number 3B. It's a very fine mesh and it really takes the edge off and reduces the contrast a little bit. It's a very nice looking filter, and hey, we can do a vintage look when we want. So now that you've heard my voice using the ME2, let's go to the Sanken COS 11. I'm going to turn on the mute switch. Okay, there we go. You are now listening to me on a Sanken COS 11, much nicer sounding mic, fuller, richer sound, and it really shows off the sound quality that you can get with these units. Now, I know that they're very economically priced. They definitely have a few compromises, but overall, the two things that you really care about are sound quality, RF performance, and I guess battery life. With battery life, I ran the transmitter for 12 straight hours. So this is a great unit if you need to put it someplace and you can't go and change the batteries. You can load it, let it go, and not worry about it too much. The receiver is hanging out in my audio bag here. There it is. It's also the same case, which I find pretty annoying, but again, it's something that they do when they want to save a little bit of money here, and it's in the bag. Now, if you want to make any adjustments on either of these units, you have to flip the door out. There are the batteries, and there's the power switch. There's an up and down button on here that lets you select through different menu items, and the set button. Now, a very cool feature is that if you take both units and you flip the doors out and dig into a menu, you can transmit the settings on the receiver over to the transmitter. So for example, if you scan all the good frequencies in your area, very nice feature, you can transmit them automatically over to this unit. You can also set the names of the units and the frequency that you're transmitting on, as well as a bunch of different other things. One thing to note is that the transmitter doesn't actually have a low cut filter, so I am using the low cut engaged on the recorder. If I had shut it off, there'd be even more bottom end in my voice. I won't complain per se, but you know, sometimes having a lot of low frequency in here can change how different circuits work and change your gain structure. The receiver is really a mic level product. Even though it claims that they can do line level, the reality is that once you crank the transmitter level all the way up, you still wind up having to open up the gain on the mixer, recorder, whatever you're using, to a very high level in order to get an adequate signal, which brings up a lot of noise in the noise floor. It's not a good setup. Let's take a look in my audio bag, and you can see in here how the Electro is very bag friendly. Everything that's important is on top, and with the Sennheiser, you don't have anything. So it's kind of a frustrating unit to use when you're in an audio bag, but you know, it's pretty quick to get in and out, and so if you're on a budget, maybe this is a compromise you can live with. If you have a couple of expensive wireless units and you need a couple more, this is a great secondary system. If you're just starting out, there's nothing to complain about. The price is right, the sound quality is right, the audio performance is great. You can hear my voice right now. Certainly upgrade the mic. Now I realize that the COS 11 probably runs about half or two-thirds the price of this whole system, but you know, it's one of those investments that you just kind of need to make and say, hey, you're still getting a great wireless system for the price, so getting a good quality lav mic on there is not such a terrible investment. It would still make the entire thing very economical. Could you use this as a wireless camera hop? Yes, in fact, I think that if you wanted to send a quick mix track over to a DSLR for syncing later in post, the fact that you can mount one of these onto the top of a camera very easily would make it great for doing a DSLR camera hop. And they work fine. You know, sometimes you have safety considerations. You're working on snow or ice like I was, and if I slipped, it wouldn't have been a happy sight to have taken the camera off the cameraman's shoulders. That's my review on the Sennheiser G3. I hope that sound quality differences between the two mics came through across the web, and we'll see you around.